Hi there, I am Pamela Petrick, also known as the Dietless Dieting Coach, and I am a registered nurse, a certified holistic health coach, and busy women come to me when they are ready to ditch the yo-yo dieting, the constant weight regain, and the fatigue, and they are ready for natural, holistic strategies for their unique bodies so they can release the weight, keep it off, and feel light and free. And when they work with me via my Beyond the Fork Academy, we customize their journey for their own unique body. And so I am on a mission for you to find those solutions that are natural and holistic that'll work for your unique body, which is exactly why I created the Beyond the Food Weight Loss Summit, specifically designed for women over 40 who are ready to break free from the constant weight regain and nothing's working for you. This summit is different because I'm bringing together experts who will share their top strategies to help you release weight naturally without extreme diets, restrictions, or extreme workouts, and help you to achieve lasting weight loss and transform your health for good. Plus, every expert is giving you a free gift, all specifically geared for women over 40. Do you have your pen ready? It's time for our next featured expert for the Beyond the Food Weight Loss Summit, Real Solutions for Women Over 40.
Hi, this is Coach Parana, and I'm excited to bring you into this training today. Always taking care of everyone else, not making any time for yourself. Well, let's start figuring out how to do that right now. Right now, reclaim your time, health, confidence. And we're going to go through this presentation here and get the most out of it. Make sure you bust out some notes and get ready to really lay into this. I'm Coach Brian Pranis. A little bit about me. I've been born in Akron, Ohio. I've been in athletics for years, endurance athlete, strength training. I own CrossFit gyms. And I've been doing this since 2003, standing in front of people, helping them improve their health or fitness through personal training. I've been a gym owner and all sorts of other things here going on. Now, big fan of being a foodie. We travel a ton, as you can tell. My wife's a travel advisor, but that leads me to be a very busy person. So I understand the juggle is real, especially for the women. And that's why we're here. Here's an example of women who decided to claim their own health, their own self-care, their self-confidence, and rise above the challenges that they had been putting themselves in. And if they can do it, so can you. And I'm going to share two different stories today. One of Jennifer and second one, Sarah. Let's jump in briefly. Jennifer dropped over 40 plus pounds and she's juggling caring for her aging mother. She has a very busy in her career. And then also she came to me as a diabetic and having severe acid reflux. That's big challenges if you know what that looks like, feels like. Now, Sarah, on the other hand, she is about 50. These women are about 45, 50-ish, both of them. She got into the best shape that she's been in 20 years. And she's juggling a husband, two kids that are around 8 to 14, a corporate job, and she even enrolled herself in Harvard for a master's degree program. And I was completely floored at how she really stepped up to herself. And today we're not just talking about what to do in your health, but really how to make it happen. And if you stick to the end, there's a free gift that I can give to you to really make sure that you can prioritize yourself more than ever. You deserve to feel your best. We know women are juggling all the things in their everyday life and the social pressures to do it all. Family, work, food, all sorts of different things. And ultimately on that level of the ladder priorities, you're not in the top three. You're usually the last on the list. And that ends up being a big challenge for you. Today's agenda, we're going to be covering 3 phases you must work through to prioritize yourself. And the first phase is the struggle, why self-care takes a backseat, understanding the situation that you're in and how to start to break out. And that's the second one, the breakthrough is cutting through the distractions with time development, time management, self-development, strategies and techniques to make sure that you are at your best. And lastly, a long-term successful, building habits, lifestyle, and ultimately a new identity around who you are and why this is so important for you to take care of yourself. Phase number one, the first is the struggle. And there's a ladder on here for a reason. Again, women primarily are on the bottom rung because they're caregivers. They give to others, and even society has that. We'll talk about that in a moment. The reality check, University of Bath, a mental load. Women take the majority of it, of that mental load, the tasks, the requirements of the day to day life. 71% for mothers and 45% for the fathers. Now, it's not that the fathers want or don't want to give their best and their all. Again, it kind of, there's some undertones of what's happened here, and then especially the compounding of today's world. I myself, I step up big. I take the kids to school. I pick them up. I go grocery shopping. I make dinners. I fold clothes. I just got done literally hanging clothes on the line, and I'm trying to be as active as I can while doing my tasks as well. And that's just, unfortunately, it's the challenges of the busyness of today. Let's jump into the head where you are possibly at. The thoughts of putting yourself last. Well, there's pressure to be perfect, whether it's from being a mother, partner, an employee, a friend. You're feeling at odds of putting yourself first at any situation. The expectations are high here. There also feels triggers of guilt show up, and this thinks you start to think about, shouldn't I be doing something for someone else? And at the very end of it, it really goes into the heavy burden of the societal expectations and the internal shoulds that most women have. And so we go to some of these situations where this internalization of you have to do all the things and someone else's job at work, and then all the things at home, and you skip self-care, even though it's not doing your hair, not getting your nails, or even when was the last time I even took a shower, right? That's unfortunate, but it's true. And when did I eat last? I don't even remember. And if you did, you probably snacked on something that really didn't necessarily give you the energy that you need to do all the daily tasks. Underestimating one's value, unfortunately, that gets put down, and you don't, even if you scheduled something, you don't actually follow through on it. Neglecting nutrition and fitness. Being a health coach for 20 years, I see this time and again. Women over 40 are in the certain situations, and then we hit up against hormone imbalances and such, and the challenges that come there. It becomes a really challenging situation. Now, the cycle of postponement, this is what I call it, really affects your physical being, of course, and your mental well-being. And what is that? The cycle starts with intention here, and then it goes to interruption, right? You put your shoes on, you're getting ready to go out the door, and then all of a sudden, mom here, or a phone rings, or text, or emails start piling in, and all of a sudden you're interrupted. In our world today, it's designed for interruption, right? Everyone's trying to catch your attention. You really have to safeguard it as best you can. What happens when you get interrupted? Then you postpone, right? You take time out to go do this other thing. And then the act of you getting outside to go for a run, or even just walk, or just go meet someone at the gym or whatever, it doesn't happen. Then we have guilt start showing up, and decreased self-esteem, ultimately leading to this process being repeated time and again and again and again, right? It's a big challenge that is very disrupted to the day-to-day. Now, Jennifer struggled with self-diagnosing health issues. Like you're hitting up Google time and again of diabetes, the acid reflux, being overweight. She wasn't eating real food, and that really challenged the diabetic situation, challenged the acid reflux. She would eat things knowing that they were going to cause that fire-breathing dragon come out. Body weight was at an all-time high. I remember that very first call. I was actually in this barn, it's my workout barn, and she called, and Brian, I just got diagnosed with diabetes. I can't eat certain foods. I can't eat right before I go to bed, or I'm up all night with acid reflux. And she didn't have any support. Even the people closest to her, unfortunately, didn't give her the level of support that she needed to make big change in her life. And then Sarah's struggle was clutter. Can't tell you how many times clutter was a culprit of just feeling the sense of overwhelm and things just being around her, limiting her capacity to be better. Now, there's imposter syndrome. This woman, all I had to do to get her out of her own way. She was such a high achiever in all sorts of areas of her life, her relationships, her career, but her self image was not. And she didn't feel connected to that identity of someone who looks and feels the way that she acted in multiple other areas. She had so much schoolwork during that time. Oh my gosh, piles of homework, and even the constant question you probably know, what do I make for dinner? And so these are some of the challenges that we see put on women time and again, where you have this thing and 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 this thing, and they all compound into focusing you to show up in your 40s with unmet expectation. Thought 40th birthday was going to look and feel a certain way, and it's unfortunately not. And the second shift, after we get out of this realization that you're struggling, and you finally have that breaking point of, hey, I need to do something now. Well, we've got the breakthrough. This is where the mindset shift comes, and you start to climb your way up those rungs of the ladder to put yourself more first. Now, there's an age-old analogy here, the airplane oxygen mask. My wife and I, we took our kids to Cancun the other day, last week actually. And what do? As you get boarded, you get settled, and everyone's in the plane, and they go through the spiel of buckling the seat and the oxygen mask. Who do you put the oxygen mask on first? Sometimes I ask that as a trick question, to be honest, women, and that gets them to see where they're at. Are they the ones that prioritize themselves, or do they prioritize others? And women are natural caregivers anyways in this situation, and are challenged to put the mask on themselves. Of course, that's who we need to do. Put it on first so you can go help other people. Get control of the schedule. Once you realize that you always think that you don't have time, that BUSY is in all caps. Busy. I'm busy, Brian. I've got this, Brian. I've got that, Brian. I've got 4 kids. I understand. But we still can prioritize yourself in there, and that's when we get that shift. One thing that I have clients do, women, is record your day every 15 minutes. It might sound crazy, but if you do that for 3 days straight, you're going to see where the drains are in your day to day, and where you get hung up, and how you can start to work your way around it. Knowing that, say, 4 o'clock, you have a crash in energy, but you haven't eaten since 10 a.m. Yeah, no wonder. No wonder. You can't just lean on caffeine to fill you up there and keep your energy going. You need actual food somewhere in the noon to 2 time range. Right? You'll see that written out in your own handwriting. Then we get time blocking, specific chunks of time in your week that are focused on health related activities. That's how you make or break this. You have to do the work. I always joke with clients, I'm not going to drive your car for you. I'm not cooking for you, right? But you have to set time aside, and by chunking in times and blocking off times to do exercise or meal planning or preparation. And I'm not talking about cooking everything for the week in a Tupperware container. I'm talking about having some food planned or prepared, or sitting down and coming up with a strategy of, hey, Monday's going to be chicken type style, and then Tuesday's tacos, and Wednesday's going to be a ground meat, and Thursday's going to be a seafood option, and Friday is family night, in or out, however. And that really helps you understand how to prioritize and categorize that in your day. or just quiet time. Can't imagine how many times if you can just quiet everything that's spinning around you and slow down, take a breath. Clarity in here helps so much. And to help you get more organized, we have the Eisenhower matrix. We have important and urgent, which is the most important thing. Go do the action. The tasks that are clearly outlined by deadlines and even consequences, say taxes, right? Right now we're in that time of the season. It's in the April season of you have to get your taxes done. There's clear deadlines, and that's an important and urgent thing that you have to do as an American to pay your taxes, whether you want to or not. Now, so with this, we need to make sure that we can, if you stop and write down all the tasks from that time audit and understand what are the things that are coming up in your day, how do I get organized on these tasks, from showing up at work on time, doing the tasks at work, doing the things at home, and then somehow squeeze yourself in, you can mark that out throughout the week and schedule things appropriately. And if it's important but not urgent, that's what we do. We schedule these things and make sure that your activities are set without deadlines, that they bring you closer to your goals. Now, if it's important and it's not important, but it's urgent, then we need to delegate. Dinner tonight needs prepared. Okay. Do you have to do it? Can someone else do it? Not preferably fast food or order out, door dashing or any of that stuff, but actual making real food in an easy, manageable way. If it's not important and not urgent, we need to cut it out, delete it. It's a distraction that doesn't support what your goals are and how to get you moving toward a healthier you. An example, schedule non-negotiable health appointments with yourself. Just like you'd schedule a dentist or doctor's appointment. You've heard these things, right? But I'm serious though. Put it on the calendar and do not deviate for anything. Okay? Obviously, there's certain things that can come up, but if you are scheduling 4 times in the week to do activity and they keep getting interrupted, you need to solve the problem of either is it a good time to actually do that activity, or is it a time in which you should be finding out what the triggers are that are challenging you to actually take action in that situation. Another one, do meal prep strategies to save time. Things and again, I talk a ton about nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, behavior changes with everyone I work with, but having certain foods already prepared on some level, or having easy access to certain things, even the simple phrase I say is fresh is better than frozen, is better than canned, is better than none at all, especially when it comes to protein sources, produce. Those are really easy ways to have lots of different ways. I can go into my freezer and pull out a couple different frozen vegetables to quickly and readily have on my dinner table tonight. I have cooked a bunch of frozen chicken in my Instant Pot. It's really simple. You pour the bag of frozen chicken in, you put the lid on, you push the poultry button, and then you come back in an hour or 4 later. What happens? Then it's cooked. It's shredded chicken, and you can use it for a lot of other meals in the week. Okay. Canned chicken, already cooked chicken in the frozen freezer section or the refrigerated section. There's pouched chicken, rotisserie chicken. There's chicken deli meat, chicken jerky. There's 7 examples of chicken that you do not have to cook from raw. As another example to get some lean protein, of course, season it so it tastes good. Another important and urgent strategy is do strategic scheduling. Can you take a quick walk in between a meeting? Can I take that 15 minutes that I should be taking for myself after this important meeting and go debrief and go move and just pause and think? Don't pile something else on. You need to mentally digest what's happening. Can I get home from work and then go straight into that activity that allows me to be able to show up more energized for the rest of the evening? I can't tell you how many times we implement an afternoon work to home life break in there to move the body and feel better, you want an actual real personal life when you get home. You don't want to just be tired. You spend all your energy up in work, and then it slowly just runs out while you sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing. That's not it. How do we strategically pack healthy snacks, have water in the day? You are dehydrated. You aren't hungry. You have barely drank water. Oftentimes, the very first one or two strategies I have clients do is walk more and drink more water. W squared becomes very easy habits to focus. Women, 80 ounces or more. If you can get that much in with coffee or tea, as long as they're not loaded with calories, then that's a great, easy thing to do. And if you break it up throughout the day, 80 ounces across 16 hours is only 5 ounces in per hour. That's half a can of a bubbly or something like that, or a LaCroix. All right, next up is the power of no. Oh, this is so good. Setting clear boundaries around what is important to you. Communicate your needs to those around you to make sure that there is a clear understanding of what you do or don't do, or what needs to happen or doesn't. Have it written out, text somebody, have it on a board, whatever, in an email, whatever you need to do to communicate. Make sure that you get your needs set is so, so important. Focused work sessions. I have a timer here, and this timer, I turn it on, and then I can turn it and set it to time. I was going to have it on this so that I had enough time to know that I wasn't going to run over. So got about this many more minutes left, and I'll just hit the start button. And now I know I have a certain amount of time as it goes down that I can make sure that I am focused on my efforts to make sure that I get the outcome of delivering this on time. Limiting distractions. I've turned off my phone. I've turned off my watch. I've turned off anything I can possibly do. My kids are in the house. I'm hiding from them right now to make sure that I'm focused here intently on delivering this for you to get the most out of our session and time together. Distractions are coming at you a million miles a minute. Again, your attention is the currency of our modern culture right now. If you get your eyeballs on the social medias, they are winning. So Jennifer, she had enough. She just got fed up, feeling down about herself, sick of being sick. She had no energy and she just couldn't do it anymore, and no support. And she found other people, me being one to help guide her and give her direction. But other people in her world, she has workout partners, she has walking partners, she has people that go out to healthy restaurants and do fun activities with her now. Whereas before, she basically worked and went home and did nothing else. And it's just not the way to do life. Sarah, she was fed up with closeout fitting. She was going into this professional environment and into Harvard and just not thriving. She didn't feel comfortable or confident. There's heavy amounts of fatigue. And as soon as we got her out of this idea of she was just starving herself all morning and then going into that overnight, the rest of the night eating frenzy, that ended up being a big challenge for her. She just felt stuck with no options. And we started to give her better opportunity to understand who she is, how she shows up in the world, especially for her. When she looks in the mirror in the morning, she can be proud and smile at all the accomplishments that she is doing. And that confidence, and Sarah confidence is through the moon now, whether she's just putting on a nice business suit attire, she's going to the beach. She likes to go to the beach a lot and feel her younger self. So the shift 3 is getting this long-term success. What's the new you identity of what we need to create here for you? Now, of course, we got these things called SMART goals. You've heard them, and this is just the general. You've seen this before, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Literally, if you are focused every single morning on what your goals are and what you need to accomplish to get there, you will be hyper focused on making time for yourself and making sure that you push through to get the results that you need. This is not a joke. These are real things, and I constantly hold people accountable to what their SMART goals are. Another action, PPA. I tell my clients this all the time. Write it down. Plan, prepare, and then act. If you're not planned out, you can't be prepared and you cannot act. So if any one of those double P's are not there, you're not going to act. Hey, I meant to have packed my lunch packed my lunch to go to work, but I didn't make anything because I hadn't gone to the grocery store for too long and there's nothing in the fridge. Well, did you schedule time to go to the grocery store, have someone else, or even delegate it to Instacart? Great way to do if you're really busy. You don't have to go to the grocery store and to push the cart around. You can delegate that in today's society really easy. That's a high value task that you can push off to other people and have as leverage for you. So it can show up at your door when you need it the most, which is, say you get home, you get settled, and then bam, here comes the food at 5:15, and then you can put it away and have dinner prepared and be ready to go by 6, and then off to the rest of the night you go. And that happens, and you didn't spend an hour trying to grocery shop. Something about a mindset shift here. I call it the inputs over outputs. Everyone wants to lose weight. Everyone wants the outcome. They want to feel great, high energy, all these things. But we have to focus on the inputs, the things that make this happen. And that's what the gift is all about. It's going to tell you what the must-do activities are for you to be the most successful that you possibly can be. I promise you, I've done this for 20 years. I've had thousands of conversations. There's 12 of them are going to outline exactly what needs done. And we'll talk about that. But if you're paying attention to all the things that make progress, you will get progress and you will get the outcome you're looking for. This concept of 1% better. Everyone's swinging for the fences. We just need to do it 1% better. I just need you to hit the ball and get to the base if you're a baseball person. If you're not, James Clear, this is a James Clear Atomic Habits Guide, right? An ice cube doesn't melt at 22 degrees, at 24, at 30, at 31. It's still not melting, even though the temperature has incrementally risen. When it gets to 32, it starts to melt. It'll take a long time. If it's 40, it's going to melt for sure. If it's in the 90 to 100 degree Miami heat now, it's done melting. Okay. And you have to realize where you're at in this process to make sure that you do what's right for you. Moving into the 5-second rule. This is Mel Robbins' hack. I love this. You're unmotivated to do a lot of things, but you still do them, like show up to work on time, or go to the grocery store when you're tired, or whatever. It could be any of the million tasks that you have to do. But when you come to this thing of, say, taking the trash out, and you know it has to happen, but you're so heavy with fatigue, you use this pattern interrupt. You count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you blast off and you go do the thing. Especially if it's a 1 or 2 minute activity, 1 or 2 minutes, that can make the break or the rest of your day, because you're not fatigued of, oh, I didn't take the trash out, or I didn't have someone else take trash out, or I didn't do the laundry, or I didn't do this, that, the other. You actually did it, and you were able to get moving that way. I am statement. Powerful. This is an affirmation builder. I am strong. I am powerful. I am courageous. I am funny. I'm sarcastic. I am loving. I'm caring. I'm empathetic. When we say I am with an adjective that describes you, not only just as you as a person, your identity, but in that moment, you can then really come through with high energy. I have a whole training and worksheet on this too, to help empower you to make good decisions. Support. You have to find the right people. The 5 closest people in your world influence you the biggest. So if they're not focused on nutrition or health or fitness or it's going to be an uphill battle in a sense. You're really going to have to take a stand to put yourself first in that situation so you can rechange those situations. The power of consistency. That's the name of the game. Just show up. Keep hitting the ball to get on base. Don't swing for the fences. Do the daily things, and the must-have gifts will be there. And this gets you overwhelmed to organize. You feel more in control. So my question to you is, what will you choose today? Which path are you going to go down? And here's Jennifer and Sarah one last time. They made the breakthrough. They made the long-term success. Jennifer's down over 40 pounds. She's in the smallest pain size she's been in since her 20s. No more diabetes. Acid reflux is gone, and she's happier and more confident than ever. Sarah's feeling her best. She passed straight A's in Harvard somehow. She she is excited to wear her clothes, as you can tell, and she's advancing in her career. And I hope that you choose you as we go forward. And here's my must-have gift that is my gift to you. You can go to the website link. You can scan the QR code. What this is this is a worksheet that I have all my clients share with me every single time we get on a phone call. They show up, they fill this out, and we review what are the most important things. Simple things like, am I managing 2 lifestyle and behavior habits? Am I making body progress? That doesn't mean necessarily a scale. Am I calorie aware? Am I drinking enough water? Am I moving enough? Am I getting the support I need? Am I focused on the most important task and properly, the Eisenhower matrix, doing the most important things urgently, or am I delegating or scheduling or deleting? And I hope that you take empowerment here from our conversation today and you grab this sheet and get moving with you and your life, because you're in the driver's seat and there's exciting places for you to go. So get this and take the last 30 minutes and just run with it. And I'm really excited to hear how you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.